yeah.
USA! 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 Stop the steal! Stop the steal! Stop the steal! We got this! We got this! We got this! Look at the evidence! Look at the evidence! Look at the evidence! Time to recall Newsom! Time to recall Newsom! We're tired of the socialist communists running this country! We demand a return on our taxable income! There's a new term for you people, ROTI, not ROI. Return on taxable income. Yes, thank you, Royal Americans. We don't give up. We got this. Donald Trump will be your president for another 4 years. There are ignorant, arrogant people out there that just have one finger and one word. Don't pay attention to them. Thank you. I can tell how many people voted for Donald Trump at about an 8-to-1 ratio. People may hate Donald Trump, but nobody loves Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, it wakes you up.
We got another 25 events tomorrow and Sunday all over Southern California.
You got your own network, huh?
Hey, you can start spreading in Northern California. Donald Trump in to tone it down. No, we need some severe changes in this country, and we need to quit. Thank God for Donald Trump. Thank God for a president who's going to put this country first. Thank you, USA! America first! America first! America first! America first! America first! Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell, can't go more than one. Can't go more than one. You can't go right away, Donald Trump is your president, and he's a winner. When Joe Biden wins the lot, we're going to get through quickly. We're going to get through quickly. USA, baby! USA! 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 Build that wall. Build that wall. Lock them up. Lock them up. Send them back. Bye-bye, Miss America.
Of course. What can I do for you?
Okay, all right.
So I was interviewed yesterday. I don't know by Ada. I don't know if you were. Okay, so what would you like to know? Okay.
Okay, so, sir, do you mind can we have your name?
My name is Larry Sims.
Larry.
Yes.
How do you spell your full name?
LARYSIMS.
Thank you, Larry. So, why are you here today?
I am here today because I love America. I'm a patriot, and I realize our freedom is not free. People died to give us this freedom. We have the most unique government in human history. We have a constitution where we, the people, are the government. Most Americans don't understand that. And we are designed that we elect officials to represent us because we're in a republic. We have democracy, but we are a republic. And we even get those terms Republican and Democrat from that. And so, of course, I'm very upset with this supposed election win by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They certainly did not win the election. It's impossible numerically that they did. We're very disturbed by what's happening in the states where many of them seem to have been bought out or they're too cowardly to come forth and tell the truth, where there was massive election fraud. So we are standing up for America, Donald Trump. We want to recall Governor Newsom, who has foisted a bunch of rules and laws on us that he himself does not obey or follow. We are tired of the lockdown. We're tired of the lies from the mainstream media, which we call the lamestream media. We are very excited about Project Veritas, which is bringing out truth of what's being said in the boardrooms at CNN, Facebook, Twitter. These companies that are supposed to be platforms but are actually publishers. And so they have a very left-leaning bias. And so our country was founded on Judeo-Christian principles. George Washington, in his last address, I believe to Congress, said that we would only exist as a nation if we were a moral people. And there would need to be eternal vigilance. So those are a few reasons why I'm out here. Is that good?
That's a lot of reasons.
Okay.
That's great.
Yes.
So, what do you think of the lockdown that Newsom is like?
Well, to be honest with you, I think if you've got a strong immune system, I am on some amazing supplements that are totally natural, and I haven't been affected by this virus whatsoever. I was a little bit sick one day for 4 hours. I doubled down on what I was taking, and I got well right away. So this is a strange bird, this virus. We don't really understand it. There's all kinds of rumors today. I heard that maybe it had been released in America as early as September of last year. And it seems as soon as it's quelled down, it starts to spread again, which causes me to think someone is dumping it out there somewhere. There are a lot of evil people in the world. They have no conscience. They have no fear of God. And they don't care who they hurt. They don't care how they lie. And they'll do this for money or fame. I don't know. But I don't like the lockdowns, and I'm tired of them. And quite frankly, I think this isn't much worse than any of the other flus that we've had in America. So
I feel like there's relevance between, like, first the virus and then the mail-in ballots and now voter fraud.
Well, we definitely believe there is probably a correlation that this is a strategy by globalists who want to control much of the populations and make us weak, make us susceptible, listen to them, obey them, when they themselves want to take away our freedoms. By having their money, they think they can rule things and run things, and we're standing up to them. We're saying, no, we can't afford this. We are the people. God put us on this earth. He gave us rights. Rights don't come from governments. Rights come from God. Of course, we're fallen, broken, sinful people. This is why we celebrate Christmas. We believe in the redemption that Jesus Christ provides when we personally accept Him and trust in Him, and we have our lives changed. But we see a lot of insidious work going on with the virus, with the stolen election, with the mail-in ballots, and with a number of other things that are going on. And of course, they're quite disturbing. The most powerful thing we believe is truth. And we want to know what's happening. We want to know the truth. And we're praying, and we're doing all we can to have that truth be exposed.
A lot of vigilant and righteous Americans, they don't want socialism and communism. What do you think of socialism and communism?
Well, they're basically atheistic, meaning there's no fear of God, there's no belief in God. Well, quite frankly, science does point to God's existence. Noah's Ark has been found. The remains of Sodom and Gomorrah have been found. Everything that the people said, oh, that stuff in the Bible, it's not true, that stuff has been unearthed archaeologically. For example, the Hittite kingdom. They said there was no Pontius Pilate. They found a stone memorial to Pontius Pilate, on and on and on. So to say there's no God or the Bible's full of errors, that's someone who hasn't really looked at the evidence. And so communism, socialism, there's no one to answer to. You just answer to the king, or you answer to the president, and that is not a good way to live. People have lived that way for millennia on the earth in different countries and kingdoms and all that. And we recognize that it has never really worked well. And that what we have in America is totally unique because, as I said, we are the government. It's got the great potential of flourishing. I've seen a man named William Federer who basically said most governments are like heavy pyramids and everybody's suffering at the bottom. The United States is like a beautiful tree where the government comes up from the roots. But we have to be diligent. We have to clean out corruption and lies. We have to know the truth. And there has to be justice meted out for wrongdoing.
What damage do you see socialism and communism is going to bring to America?
Well, you know, we see, it's hard to say. I mean, we have all this immorality. People don't believe in the sanctity of marriage. There is a lot of perverse sexuality. People don't realize what you do with your body and what you do with your money says a lot about you as a person. And if we don't have those rules and we say none of that matters, but you know, you've got to do these things and you got to bow down to the state and we're going to control the history and what you learn. I see there's a cultural war. This cancel culture is just one of the evidences of that. And we have a glorious Judeo-Christian culture, I mean heritage in America. And yeah, there's bad stuff. I mean, we got the Trail of Tears with President Jackson, and we had a civil war to end slavery. And the Democratic Party was the one that championed slavery. It was the Republican Party that wanted freedom. It was the Republican Party that wanted women to be able to vote. The Democrats have cleverly turned this around in the 60s, I believe. And I'm not an expert at this, and they have gotten everyone to believe they're the good guys and the Republicans are the bad guys. And so it's enough. We're tired of hearing that Trump is a Nazi and MAGA people are Nazis. It's just the other way around. Antifa are the Nazis. When you apply, you know, what I want to say, these destructive responses and violence and say, oh, but we're fighting against the Nazis. That's twisted logic. Don't tell me that. If you can't bring about things through honest dialogue, you're not anti-Nazi or anti-fascist. We're tired of hearing that. Black Lives Matter is also a communist organization, founded by 3 witches, I understand, from Africa. So and part of their platform is the destruction of the nuclear family. And whenever you don't have fathers taking care of their kids, that is a huge problem. In fact, one of the last verses in the Old Testament said that God would return the hearts of the fathers to their children and the children to their fathers. So all of these are relevant today. We're still human. It doesn't matter. We're still human beings. We still have the same nature. We're on the same planet, same sun, moon, stars. And so we may have technology around us that didn't exist in the past, but not much has changed under the sun.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
take to a ship. Yeah. Take care of your family, your community, and your country. That's why we're out here. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. USA! USA! Thank you, loyal patriots, fellow Americans. Silent majority respond to the law. Here's our president to save America and make it great again. Thank you. If you're back at and you know it, honk your horn. Who wants to honk? Olivia, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
呃，现在我们要采访就是现场这个 Stop the Steal 活动的主办人，她叫 Monica。我们谢谢现场的在线上收看的这些观众。我们现在是为在城县的加州城县的这个1号公路跟那个麦克阿瑟大道的这个交叉口。目前我们现在人在城县，加州的城县。Hello, Monica.
Hi guys.
Hi, I'm Annie with NDT TV. Since you're the organizer of this, sorry, do you mind saying a word?
This one? Okay. I'm actually one of many people who just get the word out about the event.
Oh,
This
get
is
the
a
word.
grassroots effort. There's not like one organizer.
I see.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
why did you participate in this grassroots movement?
Well, because we started off doing rallies for Trump, and the day after the election, we came back doing Stop the Steal rallies because it was evident that this election was being stolen. Trump won by a landslide, and they are proving it.
Why do you support President Trump?
Because President Trump supports the American people. He stands for freedom, he stands for the Constitution, and he's really, besides God, Trump, and the Patriots, there are not many people fighting for this country. We want to live in a free America under our Constitution. We don't want to be sold out to Communist China or any other group that wants to turn this country into a socialist nation.
Why don't you, can you tell us the damage that you think that communism is going to bring to America if Biden got elected?
Well, first of all, they're going to destroy the middle class. They're working on that through the COVID crisis. Who wants to live in a third world country? This is a land about using your gifts and talents and building up, that God has given us to live a free life, not a life under control of someone like Newsom telling us when we can breathe, when we can't, when we can go out, shutting down businesses for no reason. We don't want to live like that. We don't want to live under a dictator. We want to live under our Constitution. The foundation of this country is Judeo-Christian. God created us with a free will, and that's the will we want to live under.
What do you think of the voter fraud, like so far?
It's massive. All you have to do is turn on the right media, right? You go on, and it's massive. I mean, it's honestly, it shocks me how many ways they cheated. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And so you mentioned that you don't want to live under Governor Newsom's dictatorship. And what do you think of the lockdown that he's putting out right now?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. We're losing more people to suicide. I just lost a friend to cancer because they were too afraid to go to get their cancer treatments. They were too afraid of COVID, so they died of cancer. He is trying to, the liberals, the Democrats are trying to destroy this country. And it's so obvious, and people have to stand up and fight back.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thank you.
I think, is there any, if you have chance, what would you tell President Trump?
Keep fighting. Don't give up. Don't give in. You honestly, besides God is using you as a major vehicle to keep this nation free. Do not stop fighting. We've got your back.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much. God bless you too.
I've seen you guys. Is this a YouTube station?
Yes, we are. We're currently on YouTube, but we're gonna be on TV soon.
Okay.
But we and Epic Times, we are sister
Okay,
media.
yeah.
Yes.
Every times I know that one. Yeah.
Thank you, Monica.
God bless you guys.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Everybody, everybody. Who doesn't benefit from America being great again? Who? Thank God for Donald Trump. Yes, USA, thank you. 4 more years.
Hispanic heritage.
Oh, okay. And how do you pronounce your name?
Antoinette.
Antoinette.
There you go, you got it.
Antoinette. Okay.
Antoinette.
Antoinette. OK，我们现在要采访现场这位女士呢，她是她有法国文化的法国，她讲法语，然后她人是在加州土生土长，然后在这边出生，在这边长大，然后呢，她本身是西班牙裔的背景。那我们现在来听听看她为什么参加这一次的 Stop the Seal 活动 ？OK。So Antoinette, why are you here today?
We are here today as a group. We started out with just women, but the guys are now joining us for our vote. That, if anything, is the ultimate reason we're here, for a justifiable vote that, I'm sorry, the Democrats have stolen. This is America. We are not in a third world country. We are here to make sure that people realize the vote has been stolen. There is an enormous amount of fraud. It will be coming out, and primarily and definitely as a Latina, but I'm an American first, born and raised here in California, and we want our vote to be counted. All people. Democrat, Republican, Green Party, but that's the primary reason for being out here this evening, which the last 7 weeks, this is our 7th week we've been here on Fridays from 3 until around 6:30.
What makes you keep coming here?
because this is America. I have traveled the world, and we do live in heaven on earth, this country. I have been to China, I have been to Africa, India, to Russia. These countries, I'm sorry, your voice is squashed. Your voice is not counted. You're controlled. And unfortunately, the left side, the Democratic side, is trying to get rid of our voice and who we are as Americans. Black, Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, we're all Americans. And unfortunately, especially the left, the Democrats have tried to pit all of us one against each other. They're not into listening. It's either their way or no way. And that isn't what America is about. And that is our primary reason for all of us women being here primarily. We started this and we're not stopping.
That's great. So what do you think the voter fraud is going to damage the American society?
The American society with this voter fraud is epic. Not only is it epic, it's dangerous. No one is going to believe our votes anymore if we do not follow through in our courts. There's a number of people that should have been arrested and put into jail already. But the Democrats have social media, technology, and unfortunately, just about the majority of the media, television stations. Our last freedom of hope are our conservative radio stations. Dr. Sebastian Gorka, Dennis Prager, Mark Levin, and then Larry Elder. I mean, those guys, and then there's quite a few others in the rest of the United States. Those are our voices. We are not going to close our mouths. This is like our Radio Free Europe. This is our Radio Free America. And that's going to help us get through all this, God willing.
So you're living in Orange County right now, but Governor Newsom is already putting out this lockdown again. And what do you think of that? How do you feel?
Governor Newsom needs to go take a hike. He and his aunt, Pelosi. Governor Newsom is a nuisance. Period. Exclamation point. Curfew? Hell no. Closing down the business? He's mentally deranged, that guy. He's trying to prepare himself to be president of the United States. I think he can be president of a dog catcher, quite frankly. He's an idiot. He's never probably ever been a businessman. And for Miss Guilfoyle leaving and divorcing him, that kind of explains certain things. The man is out of his brain. I don't care how cute he is or how articulate he pretends to be. He's a total unequivocal.
If you have a chance, what would you say to President Trump, and why do you support him?
Mr. President Trump, I want you to know from the bottom not only of my heart, but of all of us women here in Southern California, we love you, we pray for you, as well as for your wife, Mrs. Trump. You are the best thing. You're better than sliced bread. You are America. You believe in what you say and you follow through. I'm so disappointed in the rest of these Republicans or in the rest of some of the the majority of the Democratic politicians. They're horrible. They're into, for them, the power. That isn't what America is made for. America is that, yes, we have different opinions, but we should be able to talk about it. So, Mr. President, you are not only my president, you're America's president.
Thank you, Antoinette.
You're so welcome. And your name?
Annie, nice to meet you.
Thanks, Annie. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. That was great and very touching.
Thank you. I was like, I just start crying.
I know.
Only because
the president.
we believe this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's my card, and feel free to call me and or contact me. If there's any other event information, you feel free to text
Thank
me.
you, Annie. I will. Thank you so much.
What newspaper?
Sister media, NTD TV.
Oh.
Your television station and then paper.
I got a subscription. I've been following you last year, See, the English never should have given up on I also want car idiots in Panama Canal. I
Thank you for working hard, and don't forget to cuddle, and enjoy. Don't forget to sign the petition.
I want you guys to see this. That's right there in the intersection of these things. It's only like a couple seconds longer. It's a funny scene. Watch it after that. It's my favorite part.
我们线上收看的观众，不好意思，刚刚出了一点技术上的小问题。现在我们要采访这位戴着红帽子的女士。Hi, may I hear your name?
You know what? NTD has been popping up on my news feed, and I've been watching it, and I love that they cover the hearings live.
So, may I have your name?
Debbie?
Debbie.
Debbie?
And your last
Smith,
How do you spell
Smith.
So, Debbie, why are you here today?
I'm here because the American people are the majority, that we're standing up for our president. We have eyes. We know the media is complicit. They're the propaganda arm of the DNC.
And why are you here at the Stop the Steal rally?
Because we're going to be out here until he's declared the winner. He's the true winner. He had probably over 80 million votes, but we're living in mirror world. And in mirror world, they accuse you of what they've done. So they say that Biden got 80 million votes, that he's the most popular candidate, but it's actually the opposite. Trump is. And we're awake, and I'm here to wake people up, and we get so much support. You know, it might be like 5% of the people give you a finger or something, but the vast majority are supporters. They love what we're doing, and our movement is growing. And we're not going to back down. Like the president, we're not going to give up.
Why do you support President Trump?
Because he's for America. He cannot be bought. He has his own money. And that's what they hate about him. Because all the other ones, they all had their price. And other countries were willing to pay the price, you know. Hillary, she was selling out our country. Barack Hussein, he was selling out our country. But Trump is for America. And most people are God-fearing, country-loving, good American people. And we just want to work hard. We don't want these stupid restrictions that you see in the liberal-run cities. You know, our governor is the biggest hypocrite. He says you have to stay home, but he doesn't stay home. He says you can't go out to restaurants, but he goes out to restaurants. He always has his hand out for federal funding. I've lived in California my whole life, and we've never had all these fires that we have now. But he benefits from these fires. So something is a little suspicious there, because he's always has his hand out for federal funds. So somebody needs to look into that, you know. And there's a lot of investigative journalists that are looking into that.
What values do you see in America? Like in America, what values?
I see that the liberals have no values. They're godless. They will burn, loot, steal. They'll lie and cheat. And then we have the Americans that support the president, and they tend to be Christian. They tend to be hard workers. They tend to have pride in their homes, their country, and it's very divided. But I think they're the minority, but the mainstream media blows them up like they're the majority. But no, we the people are the majority.
What do you think the media and the social media are doing to President Trump?
They're silencing him. They're silencing us. But you know what? This is going to be short-lived. I believe that the president is going to get in, and he's going to do something about it. You know, I think he's going to break them up. And
if you have a chance, what would you say to President Trump?
I love you. I never loved a president before this one, and I know that's the same way with a lot of Americans. We never loved a president like we love this one, because he loves us. He loves the country. He loves freedom. He's a capitalist. We should all be able to make money. But the Democrats want to shut down businesses. They're killing families. Gavin Newsom should be tried for murder. He's like any other thug. He should be tried for murder. He's killing businesses. He's killing families. He's causing so much devastation at this Christmas time when people they want to spend money, but we can't. We can't have parties.
He just do whatever he wants.
Yes, he's a hypocrite.
Thank you, Debbie, for sharing. Thank
Oh.
you. Thank you so much.
I love it.
Thank you.
Are you going to have it on the NTD? Just go to the NTD on YouTube.
Actually, you can send me a text. You text me and then I'll text you back. The link.
Okay, can you tell me the number and I'll just put it in really quick?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll text you back later.
Okay.
Thank you, Debbie.
And who started NTD?
It was a few Chinese Americans. They fled here because they don't
At
want
the CCP.
They don't want to come here.
Okay. What does it stand for, NTD?
It stands for New one of the dynasties in
Well, I'm glad you escaped because I know it's bad there. They do organ harvesting. What they do to those people.
I personally practice Hong Kong.
You do good. It's terrible. I've seen pictures of humans living on drugs, ready to. It's horrible. It's demonic.
Yes, it is.
Do you know Jesus yet? You do?
Yeah, I do.
Because, he has a plan for everybody's life. And if you want to know him, you can